So is the San Diego housing market about to shift? Let's find out in this video. Once again, my name is Bern McGovern. I'm a local realtor here in San Diego, specialized in North County, San Diego. And today I'm going to take a deep dive into the comings and goings of the San Diego housing market. According to the Greater San Diego Association of Realtors, sales of previously owned homes slowed down in June after a steady increase since the beginning of the year. Data from the San Diego Multiple Listing Service shows that the number of single-family homes dropped by 11% compared to May and about 5% compared to June of 2023. Meanwhile, sales of attached properties like condos and townhomes saw a more significant drop of 16% month over month. Now, don't misunderstand me. Fewer sales does not actually mean that prices are dropping, at least not yet. However, there are some similarities between last summer's housing market and now. Last summer, right around the 4th of July, there was a noticeable decrease in buyer demand, especially in the areas I mainly work here in North County, San Diego. If you look at the supply of inventory last summer, you'll notice that the housing supply nearly doubled from the busy spring selling season into the summer. You don't have to be a genius to know that more inventory can level off prices or even bring them down potentially. In fact, according to InfoSparks, we just hit 2 months supply of inventory for the first time since March of 2020 for single family homes. The closest we got to 2 months supply of inventory in the last 5 years was back in November of 2022 when we hit 1.9 months supply of inventory, and we saw home prices drop 10 to 15% in some areas. But in reality, 2 months supply of inventory is still very historically low. Housing market experts actually say 4 to 5 months supply of inventory is kind of a normal market here in San Diego. But here in San Diego, I tend to think even a small increase in inventory can shift a market from a seller's market to a buyer's market very quickly. Now, again, I'm not saying we're going to see prices drop 10 to 15% anytime soon, but would I be shocked to see prices come down like 4 to 6% in the second half of this year? I definitely would not be. One thing that may prevent that from happening is the Fed's decision to potentially lower interest rates now that inflation is relatively under control, at least for the moment. In fact, with the recent inflation news, mortgage rates have already dropped a bit in recent days. 30-year fixed jumbo loans currently sit right around 6.5%, which actually sounds pretty reasonable. At this time last year, they were hovering right around 8%. And we may have another drop this fall. So let's take a look at some of my favorite neighborhoods to see where things are headed this summer and into fall. I'm just going to focus on single family homes for the time being. As I mentioned before, home prices in San Diego are up 10% since the beginning of the year, but some neighborhoods are up much more than that. Rancho Penasquitos is where I live and work, sits up 19% since the beginning of the year. Carmel Valley up 19%. Del Sur and Forest Ranch are up 17%. Scripps Ranch, 14%, Mira Mesa, 12%, San Marcos, 13%, Encinitas is up 15%, South Oceanside is only up 2.4%, which I'm not sure why that's so low. North Park is up 12%, and Poway is up 18%. So as you can see, some very healthy appreciation over the last 6 or 7 months. However, with that said, I expect a bit of a flattening and potentially some more price drops over the coming months. In fact, I'm already seeing a decent amount of price drops on the market as we speak. I think there are just over 4,000 homes on the market as we speak. And of those homes, 1,058 homes have already had a price reduction in the last 30 days. So basically 1 out of every 4 homes have had a price reduction. One other data point I do like to keep an eye on is days on market. So if houses start to sit longer, inventory will eventually pick up, but this number hasn't actually fluctuated that much over the last 6 months. In January, we were at 15 days on market before an offer was accepted. As of July 1st, we sit at 14 days on market before an offer was accepted. So despite the recent drops, houses still seem to be selling relatively quickly. Just for reference, the lowest days on market we had was 9 days back in 2021. The highest we had was 22 days back in January of 23. Houses are still selling very quickly. They're not sitting too long, although we are seeing more price drops than normal. So I'm curious to see how that plays out over the coming months. So that was my market update for July. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. And if you're ever looking to buy or sell here in San Diego, please feel free to reach out. And if you ever had a question about a particular neighborhood that I did not mention earlier, please feel free to put it in the comments below. Thank you for watching and catch us next time. Bye.